played in Tata Steel, I can say the Wimbledon of chess. So here we are seeing the game Giri versus Gukesh, the battle of two Ragozin experts, and it's very interesting that I was very intrigued by what they will choose in the opening, and let's see how the battle goes. So Anish goes for d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, d5, knight c3, the two knights variation, and Gukesh sticks to his guns of playing the Ragozin. Giri has a lot of experience with the black side of the Ragozin, so it's understandable that he goes for this with white, and he plays bishop g5. And I thought that maybe after the game, especially that maybe Gukesh could have played dc4, which is a very interesting line, d4 and c5, and just play this line, or play b5, which is also interesting. Then they play a4 usually, as you can see in the screen, a4, c5, ab5. But Gukesh instead tried to stick to his guns and played h6, which he usually plays in this line also, to question the stability of the g5 bishop. Now, if bishop h4, then dc4 is known to be good for black. So Giri simply takes on f6, queen into f6, e3 castles, rook c1, and Gukesh goes for d cross c4, which is the main line. Bishop c4, c5, challenging the center. Castle, cd4, knight e4, queen e7, a3, questioning the stability of the c5 bishop. Now, bishop a5, ed4, rook d8. All of this is mainline theory. And now Giri's big idea, rook c2. To play rook e2, knight e5, knight c5, and d5, and play in this spirit. And after this, what they play is what Gukesh did, bishop d7, which is very logical. Play bishop c6 followed by knight d7, knight f6. Giri simply plays rook e2, bishop c6, and queen c2, and now bishop b6. So if you see the time management, Giri, I think, already has some sort of an advantage, because Giri has already blitzed out all of his moves till now, whereas Gukesh thought on most of his moves and thought for quite some time on many of them. And see, he took 26 minutes on bishop d7, he took 10 minutes on bishop c6, another 15 minutes on bishop b6. Now, this was important. There was this move h4 to just gain space, but Giri went for rook f1, which was really strong here. Here, Giri aims to pose some tactical problems in some lines. If white plays 90, black plays 97, he can try for d5. Or as 97 is actually the most logical, as black tries to knight f8 or knight f6. Although it's also a lot more riskier. Also, there is d5 here, bishop d5, bishop d5, e d5, knight e g5. And if d5, e cross d5, then knight e g5, and white simply crashes through. So after a long thing, actually, I think bishop d5 may be the best moves to just consolidate the position. And after bishop d5, play rook d5. I think this is also what the engine suggests, although I saw it very briefly, not that deep, not in as much depth. But it's a very interesting opening idea from Giri, this whole sequence of rook c2, rook e2, and rook f1. Also, bishop b6 may not be the most accurate, because here the bishop was controlling the a5 even diagonal. So maybe Gukesh could have tried something else. But it's also true that it's very difficult to give a suggestion when you're not playing, but you're commentating on the game. And especially after you see the game, it's much easier to see things in hindsight. So here rook f1 was played. And one question is, what happens on bishop d4? Now, if you're watching this, I would suggest you pause the video and then think of what to do. To be very frank and fair with you, I myself have not thought what happens on bishop d4, and I was curious to see what happens here. So you can take your time and pause the video and see why it should continue here. By the way, I'm thinking along with you while I'm making this video. So do think how white should continue in this position to try to extract the maximum. And I think I have now found the way, which I think is knight g5. I dare to play queen h7, and the king is quite weak. And h cross g5. And now at the very least, rook into e6, fe6, and rook e6. And this should be crushingly in white's favor, I believe. So we can just have a little check. I'm pretty sure this is true, but let's just simply still have a check on this. And I'm quite sure that either knight g5 or some version of knight g5 is the way here. So actually, bishop into d4 is not foolish at all. Knight g5, what I said, is winning, but it's just the only move which wins almost. And after h5, rook e6, yes, this is the whole version of what should work. And it's easier if you've seen the game already. But yeah, so rook f e1, they played bishop in king h8. And after the game, Giri said that this is asking to be punished, this move king h8. Because black doesn't develop his pieces, white is ahead in development, and principally in this position, black has a compact pawn structure while and the two bishops, whereas white has development advantage. So Giri now plays a stunning move, but it's also very typical for this line and for this idea as a whole. He plays knight e g5, threatening queen h7 mate, and if g6, then he'd take on e6 twice, and this should just be crushingly in white's favor. So also g6, there are other moves, but I think knight e6 should be the cleanest by quite a margin. So Gukesh takes, and now he sacks a rook. Gukesh takes this, he sacks a rook. And because actually for Gukesh also, it's very normal. He has to take here, and then he has to take here. And now if he goes back, then queen g6, and there are a lot of weaknesses, or even probably actually knight g5 is more clinical here, and white should win. So Gukesh understands this, and after queen f7, there is rook h6 check as well, which again is good for white. So black took here, Giri took back, bishop f3, and now there was this move g cross f3, after which there could be rook e8, and Giri thought that black can somehow consolidate. Although this should also be quite a lot in white's favor, like even queen g6, rook e6, queen e6, and this should still be very much in white's favor. But what Giri plays is even more clinical. Queen f5. Idea simply attacking the f3 bishop, and after bishop h5, he'll take on g5, and white is just crushing here. So bishop e4, idea after queen h3 to go bishop h7. After bishop f5 to go g6, bishop g6, and rook d7, and to somehow hold. However, Giri just took here, and now he played queen f3, threatening queen h5 checkmate, by the way. And after g4, what did Giri play? Kudos to you if you found the finishing touches to this game. Queen f8 check, king h7, bishop f5, and if g6 here, then queen f7, and white is winning and will gain the g6 pawn with the gain of tempo. With the check, I mean. And after king h6, he just played bishop c2. Idea to play queen h8 check now. Queen f7, queen g6, queen f5, and everything is just winning. So there are certain things that we can understand from this game. I'll go from the very beginning and we'll try to deconstruct how this game went so that we have some idea about how we can approach our own games against strong opposition like Gukesh. First of all, I'm pretty sure that Giri was very sure when he saw the pairings that he's playing white against Gukesh, and he told his seconds and his helpers about where he wants to target Gukesh, which is the Ragozin bishop g5. As I've said earlier, Giri himself is a Ragozin exponent, so he will have some ideas in the Ragozin himself, as he wants to solidify his repertoire as black as well as have some ideas as white. So this is a common meeting point in the repertoires of Giri and Gukesh, so it does make a lot of sense to target Gukesh in that preparation. So now bishop g5, h6, bishop into f6. This all is theories, mainline stuff. d4, bishop c4. See, now there is this question, like, is bishop g5, d into c4 interesting? And should Gukesh have gone for this against Anish? Because it's clear Anish would be prepared for what Gukesh usually plays, which is h6. The thing with this approach is it's very easy to say when the game has already ended and we know the result. We know that Giri won in and showed fantastic preparation. However, is it that easy before the game? And also, it's clear that Gukesh will feel more comfortable in h6, which is something he's played much, much, much more often than DC4. And if he plays DC4, he'll have to revise his lines constantly. One option that we may have had was knight d7 also, because the character of position is quite similar to some Ragozin lines, like e3 castles, and then they play cd5, ed5. That could have been an option, I believe, but I don't really think I can fault Gukesh too much for playing his main openings. Also, there is this queen a4 check, knight c6, e3, which he has good preparation in, but um, I mean, I think it's very, very difficult to say how to, because there are two things. One is seeing things in foresight. I mean, before things happen, and seeing things in hindsight after they happen. It's always easier to see things in hindsight after they have taken place. And hence, it's easy to criticize the decision of playing h6 and not go for something like dc4 or knight d7. But I don't think that, I mean, just not, I'm playing something on the fifth move is the real reason for losing the game. So I would say all of this is okay. And if Mukesh really does feel comfortable here, he should go for it. He should not really be, I mean, maybe he can play something kind of a sideline within this, like maybe play knight d7 first. Although Giri is someone who prepares very methodically and very thoroughly. So he probably would have still been prepared, but probably not as well prepared as against rook d8, as an example. By the way, I'm just curious to see what happens after 97. I can just actually this is just opening, so I mean it's difficult to say that. Um, oh, but we can check maybe. D5 is an option which looks tempting, but I think just ED5, Queen D5, and they hit the bishop, and then Rook at E1 somewhere. This 97 may actually be an inaccuracy, because if you don't take, then I'm going D6. So maybe I'm just actually very curious, and along with you, I'm thinking maybe I can just check it a little bit. Yeah, D5. No, D5 is not working. Yeah, so knight D7 may be very interesting. Wow. We need to, and knight f6 is a possibility, obviously. Oh, in this position, as you were discussing, knight d7 was actually very interesting, and it may be a very principal move in this position, along with knight c6 here. However, Gukesh went for the main line with rook d8, and yeah. So in this position, after e cross g4, knight d7 was actually very interesting. However, Gukesh went for rook d8, and rook c2 was played. After that, black played bishop d7 to play bishop c6, followed by knight d7, knight f6, or knight d7, knight f8. Giri continued with rook e2. Now just notice the time balance. Mukesh is taking time on most of his moves, at least 1 minute. Anish is still blitzing out the moves. Rook c2 also he blitz out, which is a novelty. Gukesh now starts to think and burn a lot of time. Bishop d7, rook e2, bishop e6, queen c2. Anish is still blitzing his moves. This shows conviction and confidence in your preparation, and this poses practical problems to your opponent. Now, bishop b6, rook e1, king h8, he still had in his notes, Anish. And he played knight g5. And he actually said he was thinking of h4, but then there was bishop into e4. And this was kind of consolidating the position with knight c6, 97. And so he went for knight h5, and he also thought that this should be winning. And this is principled. And rook into e6, f e6, rook e6, queen e6, bishop e6, and now queen f5. And then just forceful, strong chess according to the demands of the position, which is very important. Bishop e4, queen e4, queen f3. Now idea to threatening mate, and he simply prevents mate. And now the black king is simply in ruins, and Anish wins this game. So hope you like this recap of round 2 of Giri versus Gukesh. I will post more recaps of the round, and do check out this game, and do check out the video of just a moment. Check out the video of chess24.com. In this do check out the video of Tata Steel Chess Masters, and I will share the link in the description below of the Tata Steel Masters YouTube channel. So Tata Steel Chess YouTube channel, and do follow them. And please like, comment, and subscribe on my channel. And do tell how you like the videos, if there is some improvement needed, some suggestions, what I can improve, how to make the videos even better, and please do respond. Thank you.